The battle began, then humans started smiling. To the Galactic Concord, war was mathematics. Fleets clashed according to probability charts, casualty projections, and diplomatic limits. There was no glory in it, just clean annihilation managed by machines. And then humanity joined. The quiet before. Captain Owen Cal of the Vurith Dominion had served for 80 years and thought he'd seen everything. His squadron had fought hive worlds, pirates, and solar storms. None of it had prepared him for serving beside humans. They were small, soft-skinned bipeds whose eyes seemed permanently alive with amusement. The Concord had classified them as resourceful but fragile. When orders came to join them for a joint defensive action, Owen Cal's first reaction was disbelief. "They've never fought a real battle," he told his officers. The humans, however, didn't argue. They just smiled. The enemy. The Dravik swarm had returned, metallic organisms capable of consuming entire planets. The Concord's fleets assembled near Cora's III, forming a perfect formation line. Every commander watched the tactical screens with anxiety. Humans arrived last, their ships ugly, asymmetrical, bristling with cannons like teeth. "Primitive vessels," Owen Cal muttered. The human commander appeared on the hololink, a woman named Admiral Reyes. Her hair was tied back, her eyes hard and sharp. "Status check," she asked calmly. Owen Cal inclined his head. "Our firing formations are optimized. We expect first contact in 4 minutes. I suggest you maintain a defensive posture." Reyes grinned. "Oh, don't worry, Captain. We plan to." Then she leaned closer to the feed. "Just, don't panic when things get loud." The first wave. The Dravik emerged like a tidal wave of silver against the stars. Their ships weren't built, they grew, writhing with metallic tendrils and red light. The Concord opened fire in perfect synchronization, beams cutting across the void in elegant geometry. The human ships didn't. They waited. Owen Cal hissed in confusion. "Admiral Reyes, why are you not firing?" She didn't answer right away. Then her fleet engines flared bright blue. "Because," she said, "we like to see what we're up against before we start smiling." The charge. Every other fleet in the galaxy would have maintained formation. Humans broke it instantly. Their ships accelerated toward the swarm at suicidal velocity, guns roaring. Kinetic slugs, ancient, physical projectiles ripped through the enemy ranks. Missiles detonated in coordinated bursts that turned the black into fire. Owen Cal's sensors screamed warnings. "They're advancing." "That's madness." "Looks like strategy to me," Reyes replied, her voice calm. And then he saw them. The humans were smiling. Through every comlink, every transmission feed, every camera shot of their bridge crews, humans grinned like predators finally off their leash. Chaos and precision. The Concord fleet hesitated, unable to compute the humans' approach. Their algorithms predicted catastrophic losses. The humans didn't seem to care. They flew straight into the swarm's core, ignoring flanking maneuvers. Their ships took hits that would have crippled others, then kept firing. Owen Cal's tactical officer shouted, "The human flagship's hull integrity is below 40%. Reyes' voice came over the link, laughing. "40's still breathing. That's good odds." Another human officer in the background yelled something indecipherable. The translator flickered and produced one word, "Beautiful, beautiful." During battle. The turning point. The Dravik shifted formation to envelop the humans. "Admiral Reyes," Owen Cal said urgently, "fall back to our defense line. You'll be consumed." But instead of retreating, the humans broadcast an encrypted pulse through the network. Their ships suddenly coordinated in tight, spiraling motions, chaotic to the eye, perfect in timing. They called it the Swarm Killer. Their cannons fired at pre-programmed points, creating overlapping shockwaves. The explosions didn't just hit the Dravik, they tore through the enemy's formation pattern, disrupting their hive link. The Dravik began colliding with each other, screaming in metallic static. Owain Cal could only stare. How did a species so reckless also fight with such terrifying precision? The smile. Hours later, as the last Dravik vessel was shattered, the battlefield was littered with molten wrecks and debris glowing like embers. The Concorde fleet stood silent, stunned at the losses humans had absorbed and at how much worse it could have been. On the bridge of his cruiser, Owain Cal opened a channel. "Admiral Reyes, how did you know that would work?" Reyes leaned back in her chair, smiling faintly. "Didn't know. Just felt right." "You guessed." "Guessed fast," she said with a wink. He didn't know whether to be horrified or impressed. The debrief. Later, in the Galactic War Council, species from across the stars reviewed the footage. Every time they saw a human pilot grin before diving into the enemy swarm, the silence deepened. Ambassador Yulten whispered, "They enjoy combat." A scholar corrected softly, "No. They enjoy overcoming it." Others weren't convinced. "They're unstable. No one should smile in the face of annihilation." But the footage told a different story. That smile wasn't madness. It was confidence, something primal that said we've been through worse. The conversation. After the meeting, Owain Cal found Admiral Reyes overlooking the repair yards, her ships battered but alive. "You frightened an entire galaxy today," he said. Reyes didn't look away from the window. "Good. Maybe they'll finally stop calling us fragile." He hesitated. "You fought as if you were certain of victory." She turned to him then, her smile soft but dangerous. "Captain, where I'm from, everything tries to kill us. Gravity, disease, predators, weather. We don't fight because we like it. We fight because that's what survival looks like when your planet hates you." He blinked. "And the smile? That's just our way of saying we're still here." The aftermath. The battle at Chorus 3 entered galactic history as a turning point. The Dravik swarm retreated for the first time in centuries. But what stayed with everyone wasn't the tactics or the victory. It was the image, frozen in archives, of human crews grinning as fire engulfed their ships, laughing into open comms as they pulled victory from chaos. The Concorde began quietly reclassifying humans in their records. Species, human adaptive apex predators. Primary combat trait, resilience under stress. Behavioral marker, the smile. Legacy. Years later, cadets at the Concorde Military Academy watched the footage as part of their orientation. One young cadet, eyes wide, whispered, "Why do they smile like that?" Her instructor, an old Vurith veteran with a scar across his jaw, simply said, "Because for humans, battle isn't fear. It's home."